So, I've mentioned it a few times, but one of my favorite movies is Knives Out. I think it's a very clever movie.
Hmm.
And the part that disappoints me the most about that movie doesn't even really have to do with the movie. It's the fans who refuse to watch it because they don't like The Last Jedi. Those are the
Wow.
people I don't like.
Those are also called Star Wars fans, Seth.
Those are called Star Wars fans. They're very obnoxious sometimes. But Knives Out is getting a sequel and it has finally been given a title. It's called Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery is the official title of the movie.
Okay. That's an ugly name.
It isn't a great one.
Well, but you know what? It sounds like an ugly name, but I bet there's going to be something in that movie that, like, oh, that person got killed with the glass onion. I don't know.
Glass Onion means something though, and it's the reason I don't despise the title. Do you know what Glass Onion means?
No, I don't know. I know, like, if we're speaking like in the ways of like an onion peels and layers or something, I don't know. Then other than that,
You're close. It means something is being peeled back layer by layer, only to realize that it was transparent the whole time. And the way I compare that in my head is almost like, let's say you're in a rush to leave or something and you're looking for your keys, turn your whole house upside down looking for your keys, and then they're in your pocket. Like that kind of thing.
It was right under our noses the whole time.
Yep.
Great.
That's what Glass Onion means.
Well, then, okay, that is kind of gave away who the killer, that we'll know who the killer is, like in the first 5 minutes of the movie then.
Just like the first one. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm excited for it though, and they did confirm that it is coming out this year, which I think was a pretty easy guess, but now it is official. So
is Craig still involved with this?
Daniel Craig? Yes.
Yeah,
he is the only person coming back. So
it makes sense that no one else would. So
yeah, I like the direction they're taking with it, because I remember when they first announced Knives Out 2 and everybody was like, but the story's over, everything concluded at the end. But then they came out and they were like, no, Benoit Blanc though, he's sticking around, he's gonna get multiple movies. And we already know, this is already confirmed, they're also doing Knives Out 3.
Well, yeah, so Netflix bought it for what, $4 billion?
That's something? 400 million.
Oh, 400 million.
400 million.
Hey, once you get past 6 zeros, it's all the same to me. But $400 million for 2 movies is what. That's what a weird thing for. Plus, then they had on top of that.
You know what? No. I think that goes into everything. You know what's weird though? They spent more money to buy those movies than the movie made at the box office. The movie made $311 million at the box office, and they spent $400 million on the franchise.
Jeez, why is Netflix in the billions of dollars of debt?
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Yeah, Knives Out 2, Glass Onion. It's one of those movies that are quirky enough to get away with a title like this, though.
Yeah,
there is a tiny bit, just the right amount of satire put into that movie that this works. It's not like, it's not like Nightmare on Elm Street, the Glass Onion. Like, what the fuck does that mean? But
I mean, yeah, I mean, you just got to take one look at the franchise. The main character's name is Benoit Blanc. Like, that's Daniel Craig's character's name is Benoit Blanc. That's a weird name. It's a little.
So is Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Yeah, he starred in Friends. I think his name is Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, Joey? But Matt's a pretty normal name. And I'm not saying there's no one named Benoit. I'm just saying I've never met anyone named
Benoit. Wait, is Benoit one word?
Benoit. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Benoit.
No.
LeBlanc.
Benoit is his first name.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
Blanc is his last name. That is his name.
Oh, okay. See, I was thinking Benoit Blanc. That's what I was hearing, like LeBlanc. Okay.
Hold on. Can I bring this up real quick to show you how it's spelled? Just for fun. Benoit Blanc. That is how that is spelled.
Huh. Okay. Well, his last name sounds like a sound effect. Blanc. Anyway.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay, there it is. Knives Out 2, titled Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. That it is it a Knives Out mystery?
Nope. It's
I
not.
thought Knives Out was like more specific to the last mystery because the guy wrote the book Knives Out. That's what it was, right?
It was more specific to that, and people. I saw somebody say that it should have been called a Benoit Blanc mystery instead of a Knives Out mystery.
And that would have made
I
sense.
kind of agree with that, honestly.
I mean, honestly, you could still put Knives Out a Benoit Blanc mystery, like
Yeah.
then throw Glass Onion in there if you really fucking wanted to.
I'm very curious to see how this movie turns out, though, because it's like the first one had a very specific style. Like Benoit Blanc was not the main character of that movie. It was Marta. She was like the lead of the movie. Of course, Benoit Blanc was the detective. He's kind of the focal point, but Marta was the main character. And now, obviously, Benoit Blanc is the only character coming over to the sequels. Right. Are they going to do the same thing? Are we going to get a new main character and have kind of Benoit Blanc kind of be there, like be their sidekick almost? Or is Benoit Blanc moving over to like the main character spot?
That's a really good question. And it almost, I could see this almost like, listen, I don't make movies. So like I have no real business telling people how to make movies, but one idea I probably would have put on the table here is what about like doing the Jay and Silent Bob thing? Like each movie has its own title. It doesn't, except for Jay and Silent Bob, Strike Back or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's Dogma, Mallrats, and then you have these two continuous characters in each movie, weaving the movies together. Maybe this could have just been called Glass Onion, but man, when you spend $400 million on the Knives Out name, I guess you buy the brand.
You got to make sure you use the name Knives Out.
Right. Yeah. So that's one way of looking at it. Okay, but you're still excited for this? Do you think Netflix is going to shit the bed on this one, or?
I mean, I'll say this: if Netflix does, it's not Netflix's fault, because when the article came out that they were buying Netflix, it talked about all the contract stuff. They are not legally allowed to interfere with these movies. So if
when Netflix was buying the property,
when Netflix was buying the Knives Out and stuff like that, they're not allowed to interfere with these movies. So unfortunately, if they are bad, it's going to be Rian Johnson's fault.
So Netflix cannot interfere with the movie. Okay, I see.
They're just releasing the movie. That's it. Okay. Netflix is not making this movie. They're just releasing it.
And if I remember correctly, this is being released in theaters.
I believe so, yeah.
And this will be like the first legit Netflix release to theater thing, right?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like it'll be. So
I wonder if that was their plan the whole time, why they spent that much money. Like, hey, listen, we're going to take this property and we've dipped our toes doing theatrical releases before. They kind of done that with a few of their movies. They have it both on their streaming and like a small run in theaters. But this is looking like it's going to have a full theatrical run. And then
it'll hit Netflix after their theatrical run is what it's looking like.
See, that's smart because they're changing up what they're doing. Like they're trying to bring in a new revenue. Like, hey, listen, we've been this major movie company, but we've been like avoiding the thing that makes movies the most money.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't just buy and resell properties anymore. We're doing a lot of original content as well. So that's what put them in the hole, is buying that is their original content. They wanted to put out so much of it, and when it comes to the main scheme of everything, like their entire new I guess what they want to do moving forward, it's really make less crappy movies and make better, not as many high quality movies, right?
Yeah.
What would it took so long on that one, Netflix? But I mean, how did they not see this coming? How did Netflix not see?
I don't know. I don't understand Netflix, but whatever. I mean, anyway, I'm very excited for Knives Out too. I trust Rian Johnson. I like Rian Johnson. I know we've talked about it before. Say what you want about The Last Jedi. Me personally, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but it's just okay. I think he did a good job with that movie, and specifically Knives Out. And I'm excited to see what he does. I'm hoping that we get more than 3. I mean, I know that's a little ambitious, but like, I think this franchise is one that could go on for a very long time. You know,
Wouldn't it be ironic that they have Daniel Craig in this series and then they give it the James Bond treatment? Like after 3 movies, they bring in another person to play that same exact character.
See that. I don't even hate that idea. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
well, that's good. Thank you for not lying to me, son.
But yeah, well, yeah, that's about it for this movie.
All right.